each level. I grew up playing up with my brother in Israel. Always playing against older guys. Then when we moved to the States, just playing for my dad on my AAU team, and he gave me the utmost confidence. On to high school when he coached me, and then I went to play with Each One Teach One, where my coaches, shout out to Coach Reese and Coach Campbell. They gave me great confidence playing on the EYBL, and then once I got to Houston, learning the culture from the coaching staff, adding another layer to my game with defense, and Coach Sampson gives me the most confidence in the world. So yeah, it's played out great.
JoJo, like I guess that first summer you start working out with him, seeing the energy he brings on the floor. Coach kind of talked about it. He brings a little bit of character to the team as well. Just what were your initial impressions of him, and how have you seen him evolve as a player?
Man, I was like, man, one day he's gonna be a pro, because some of the stuff he does, you just can't teach. He has natural instincts. He always does extra. Some people, when they see a man get blown by, they may stay glued to their man and let somebody get a layup and be like, yeah, it wasn't my man. But he's not that type of person. He's gonna go up there and smack it off the glass. He's a good passer, just a very unselfish person. He doesn't care about his stats or anything like that. So, he just cares about winning, and I love people like that.
Coach, you just talked about
LJ's probably, I've said this before, LJ's the most consistent teammate I've ever had. On the day where he had 30, he's in the gym the next day, the same time, getting up the same shots that he usually does. So I mean, I just think it's LJ's consistency. I've seen him make 80, 70 in a row in a workout. So I mean, that dude's special, man.
Threes?
For sure. For real, he's done it multiple times.
We want to have time to get to everybody. We'll do one more question. We'll come from the back.
Are you part of the 150 free throw club in practice?
Not 150, but I shoot my free throws. I really need to be a part of the 150 club.
How important is it towards winning?
You said what?
How important is it during practice going forward for this team? The 150 free throws in practice. How important is it?
You asked Jay on that. Very important, because free throws wins games.
I apologize if you've been asked this already, but we talk a lot about culture with this team. Do you feel that in those moments of adversity, relying on what you guys have built kind of emotionally together?
Yeah. No, for sure. Like I said, the culture here is real. A lot of programs, they say they have a culture and they're trying to build a culture, but here it's really set. It's really set. And for me to be the only new guy to just come in and be able to just watch everybody else and be able to learn from them, it made it so much easier for me to just see like how bought in everybody is, how bad everybody wants to win. So yeah, it's legit here.
Whatever it is, I feel like there's one more thing that he needs to get to solidify his whole career, and I feel like it's gonna come down to tomorrow night, where all the money's on the table, all the chips on the table, and I feel like there's only one way for us to go out, and that's to win the national championship.